Nintendo has wanted to make it into the movies and TV series franchise for so long, and I bet most people have no idea how many times they have tried this. Starting all the way back in 1989 with the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. This was an American show that was animated by a South Korean company and featured WWE wrestlers in live-action segments. It did not do very well critically, it did decently well on sales, and it also famously had segments of The Legend of Zelda in it, with this resulting in some memes. Well, excuse me, princess. But once again, not well received, not very well liked. They made a sequel series right after, The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3, once again, not super well liked, but a little bit better. The whole thing was kind of trippy though. But they keep trying, and this was the one I had never heard of, called Captain N the Game Master. It follows Kevin, who goes around and helps a bunch of different video game characters, and wow, he really does help a lot of them. I mean, the whole repertoire is here, basically. Random fun fact, the voice of Kid Icarus up there, he's voiced by the English voice actor for L in Death Note. In fact, that was one of his very first roles. But this show went from 1989 to 1991, it did okay, and they once again tried to crack that Super Mario World bracket by having the Super Mario World segments in this. During this time, Nintendo did have some success in Japan with an anime. Why they didn't really fully westernize this, I'll never know, but fun fact, also, this was the very first isekai anime to feature a video game series. But then we go over to my favorite fun fact in this video, which is for the Donkey Kong Country TV series. This TV series started in 1996 and had 2 seasons, but why is it my favorite fun fact, you may ask? Well, this TV series was the very first TV series on Earth to use motion capture technology. Yes, this absolutely horrible looking abomination was the very first motion capture TV series. You're welcome. Once again, it was canceled pretty quickly. In 1993, they tried their very first attempt at live action, which is the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and this went horribly. This went so poorly that Nintendo swore off movies after this, specifically saying they would never try live action again, which, as we'll talk about later, proves to be untrue. And I can hear the comments now. Chelsea, what about Pokemon? Well, you're right. Pokemon is the most successful Nintendo television series to ever exist, and one of the most successful television franchises, period. But it's not technically Nintendo, it's Game Freak. And I know Nintendo owns 1/3 of Game Freak, so it's got an interesting relationship. But when this aired in 1997, technically that ownership didn't even exist. They were sponsored and funded by Nintendo at this point, but the television series had no oversight from Nintendo. Which maybe that's what made it so good, who knows. But yes, technically, if you do count Pokemon, Detective Pikachu was their very first successful attempt at the big screen. And then they did make some more animes, so we have F-Zero in 2001, and Kirby Right Back at You, which was pretty successful actually. But after that, it was crickets for quite a while, until we got the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which made them a ton of money. It was very well liked. Critically, it was kind of poorly received, but the audience liked it, and that's what matters. And now we have the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which I'm sure is also going to make a ton of money once again. And some people are even speculating that this will kick off the Nintendo Cinematic Universe because they've been dropping characters left and right. They've also announced a live-action Legend of Zelda movie, which really surprised me, and I hope this one's good because this is my favorite Nintendo franchise. But I can't wait to see this new one, and I hope it's good because Nintendo has said some really, really bad ones.